Hey everybody, this is Morgan J. Ingram, SDR here at Terminus, host of the SDR Chronicles, and I'm super excited to be a part of the account-based virtual workshop today and giving you guys insight on the topic of targeting the right key stakeholders with the right message. Now, this all goes back into the formulation and everything that's really happening right now in the tech industry and also within the industry of the B2B sales is account-based strategies. Having the help of account-based marketing, account-based sales development, account-based customer success is what the entire summit's all about. So I'm specifically going to tell you guys from an SDR standpoint how I identify the right key stakeholders to go after and also how I get in front of them with the right messaging. Now, first, I'm going to kind of go into how to actually find the right key stakeholders, right? Because that can sometimes be tough. If not provided by marketing, it more so is the SDR's job to prospect and find the right accounts to go into. Now, this is tough, sometimes because you're kind of going out the pickaxe trying to find the gold with the right accounts that you want to kind of dive into. So the biggest thing that I do, first of all, is I figure out, asking, hey, like people on my team, people that are in management, people that are in other departments, what is our ICP? Who are we trying to go after? Who is actually buying our solutions? Probably best to talk to customer success, talk to the account executives, because they're going to give you the best information possible to go after these key stakeholders. So once I identify the customer profile, like who do I want to get in front of, who's buying our solutions, who's in the market to actually use this, that's when I get ready to find out how to engage with them. But before I do that, I find out who those are, and I go to different social sites and different places to look. So first of all, I'm going to LinkedIn. If you guys don't have LinkedIn, get LinkedIn, right? It's the best place you can go. With LinkedIn, there's also LinkedIn Sales Navigator that allows you to actually take a deeper dive into the accounts that you're going after to find the right key stakeholders to engage with. So I use LinkedIn Sales Navigator to find those key people. I also use it to identify what they're talking about specifically. So when I'm talking about later in this video, how to actually engage with that content and get them, to actually look at what you're doing. But it's super important to identify all this up front, because if you don't have a proper plan, then you're going to lose, right? It's just like a famous quote. If you don't plan at all, you plan to lose, right? You plan for failure. So if you don't have a formulation of a plan, if you don't know who you're identifying, if you don't know who you're going after, you're more so just grabbing a machine gun and just shooting in the air, hopefully you hit somebody. But at the end of the day, you may not hit anybody, right? So it's super important to identify that, get in front of it, and attack it in the way that you want to attack it. So that's first and foremost what you have to do. Identify that key customer profile, identify that key stakeholder so you can go after it. So after you identify the right key stakeholder, right, you understand who you're going after, you understand their solutions. Now it's trying to figure out where does that key stakeholder lie, right? So that's point number 2. Where is this key stakeholder? Are they on LinkedIn? Are they on Instagram? Facebook? Are they in a Pacific magazine, right? Are they on Twitter, Snapchat? Where is your audience so that you can send them the right message, right? It's like me I played basketball in high school. It's like me going to a hockey team, right? I have basketball knowledge and I tell them about, hey, basketball, but they're a hockey team. They don't care about basketball. They're trying to learn more about hockey and they're trying to win hockey games. They don't care about me providing value about basketball. So that could be something that's huge right there. If you're not giving the right content in the right space, your content can actually be good. Your messaging can be right. You can be precise. But if you're not in the right space, then ultimately you will not be reaching to those right people and you'll not be able to resonate with them. And then in itself, you're going to see basically a flop on your end because you did not provide the right values, right? So that's super important to understand, that you need to put the right value in front of the right people. You need to understand your audience. And you need to understand where to go. Like, I'll give you guys an awesome example, right? It's all about listening. I got these headphones right here. It's all about listening, social listening. I go on LinkedIn. I find, hey, we're Terminus. We sell a B2B marketing platform, advertising platform. So I know, hey, the best places to find B2B marketers that are looking to do account-based marketing are on Twitter and they're on LinkedIn. So most of my time is spent on Twitter and LinkedIn, listening and finding out what are these key stakeholders saying. how to identify them as the right fit for like the solution that I'm going after, and how can I, of course, again, guys, figuring out, listening, tuning in, figuring out, hey, what's going on here? What's going on here, so that I'm engaged and sending the right message. I don't want to send someone the wrong message and they're not even the right person. Just kind of like on a practical and a tactical level of what I do, I literally go on LinkedIn. I find the company I want to go after. I'm like, okay, these are the people that look like are good fits. I dive into the LinkedIn profile, right, to figure out if this is the right key stakeholder that I really want to talk to, and the message that I'm about to prepare for them, is it right? And I look, hey, look, oh, demand generation, you worked here in the past. They have actually done some account-based marketing, so that's probably relevant. Oh, cool. You also have specialities in marketing strategy. You also have some articles on account-based marketing. You're connected with some people that have already seen account-based marketing and seen Terminus, right? It's these things that are connectivities to figure out, is this the right person? Now, within the account, there's multiple people that you should be reaching out to, but you need to do an individual case basis for each individual, because each individual probably likes a message differently. You won't really know up front what that is most of the time. However, by their profile, you can gauge on how I really should approach this person, what their KPIs are, and really what does this person really want at the end of the day, right? They probably don't want a canned message. They probably don't want, something generic. They probably want something special based on their profile, right? And that's all about the identification process that I just went over. Twitter's another great example. I find tweets that are relevant to Terminus, account-based marketing, a marketing strategy, account-based strategy, right? I look at these people's Twitters, I take a deep dive. Hey, look, these are the things they're talking about. Boom, now I can send them the right message. So that's how you really identify the key stakeholders. It's a lot of listening, it's a lot of research, but that research prepares you to set up that demo and hand it off to the account executive for them to close, and at the end of the day, customer success can be successful, right? Because from an SDR standpoint, as SDRs in sales development, we are the front lines. So we identifying the right people at the beginning of the sales cycle is very big, because that first account that goes to the account executive and that closes to customer success will ultimately be happy because you chose the right person that can handle your solution in the long run. Right? So don't think of the short term of like, oh, this looks great, let me hand it over. Think of the long run. Like, this person looks like a great fit based on their company, based on their expertise as an individual marketing or IT, finance, sales person, that they can actually handle my solution and take it to that next level that I would like to see from our solution and see the results from that. So that's really how you identify the key stakeholders. Went in some like practicalities and tactics on that point, because I think it's super important to understand that LinkedIn and Twitter and different tools are actually the most applicable things you can use to see real success with these type of strategies. So that's how you identify the key stakeholders. That's how you get in front of them. And that's how you basically find those people to reach out to. Now, the most important thing of all, once you identify the customer profile of what you're looking at, you identify the key stakeholders that you want to go after, now it's time to send them the right message, engaging them with the right message, getting in front of them with the precise arrow that will, at the end of the day, get them towards interest towards your business, right? So the very first thing is figuring out what type of messaging does your audience like, right? Is it videos? Is it email? Is it calling? Is it Twitter direct messages? Is it Instagram direct messages? Is it Snapchat? Is it InMail? I have no idea. Direct mail, owl, it doesn't matter. What does your audience resonate to with the right messages? So a couple of things that I would say is, first of all, the right message, first of all, has a lot to do with research. You want to preemptively send out a message to someone that when they receive that message, they're like, I have to see this now. Like, I am engaged. I want to hear more about your solution. I'm happy to hear it, right? You don't want to send them something they're like, I guess it's whatever. I'll check it back in like a month. I'm not really ready. You want to create urgency with your message that these people are excited and pumped to hop on the demo and to see your solution. So a couple things go into that, right? We talked about identifying the key stakeholders. We talked about the ICP. Let's talk about the messaging here. The messaging needs to align with those two things previously that I just said, right? So that, again, that's going on LinkedIn, seeing that, hey, whoa, okay, you wrote an article about account-based marketing. Let me add that, right, to my messaging. Whoa, you wrote an article on cross-sell, upsell, and how you're using account-based strategy and how you like to do more of that. Boom, use that article as well. Okay, awesome. You just did a tweet and said that account-based marketing is helping increase your revenue, and it's something that you're looking more tools to revolve around that. Bring that article into the fold. Whatever information that you can use, you need to be using it in the right ways to gain the attention of your buyer. If you're not gaining the attention of your buyer, ultimately it will not go in the direction that you would like to go it into, because then they will treat it as another templated email. They'll treat it as just another outreach that isn't specific towards them. At the end of the day, one of the famous quotes is, hey, look, nobody cares about what you're saying until you care about them, right? Nobody cares until you care about them at the end of the day. So care about your prospects, give them the right messaging that actually cultivates them to reach back out, respond, and actually get the process of the buying cycle moving, right? So I would say that's number one thing. Finding relevant content that you can message them with that resonates with them. I would also say another side point as well, using something that's different, right? So I'm going to go ahead and get you excited about Vidyard Viewed It. I've made over 200 videos on Vidyard Viewed It, and I've seen that this type of messaging actually gets people excited of accounts that I've been reaching out to, sending different messages that just wasn't clicking. But when I sent them a video, they were like, whoa, I see your face. I see the energy. That actually resonates with me. And now people are starting to respond to me more because I'm actually doing a video. No one really gets videos, so that actually helps. And also my audience is marketers, so marketers love the creativity, out-of-the-box type of themes. So I found that the video actually resonates with them, and the execution portion of that gets them excited to actually engage with me and respond to my message. So I would say that also is something different. Be outside of the box with your messaging, but also create relevant content, right? Twitter DM, that's outside of the box. There's not a lot of people DMing their prospects directly, asking a question or asking for a time to chat about their solution, right? I would also say connecting on LinkedIn in the right way, right? That's actually that's a different type of messaging, right? Saying, hey, I would like to connect with you. I see you're a C-level professional in the finance field. I have a solution that helps C-level financial professionals. I would love to chat with you for 5 minutes on, what your objectives are this year and seeing if I can help, right? Or, hey, I'd love to connect with C-level professionals in the marketing field, and I just really want to understand more about marketing so I can have that network and understand the thought process of what you guys deal with day in and day out so I can be of use to you. Boom, that's value right there, right? So provide value first on all levels, right? And those are 3 subpoints I just went into, so I'll kind of cover that again, right? Boom. Messaging on social channels, that's huge, right? You've got to be doing that. You have to be somehow outside of the noise. Having specific tailored messages to those people is also really big. And then also 3, videos, right? Use the videos that you're using now to actually get in front of those key stakeholders so that it resonates with them, right? Because if you have the wrong messaging, it doesn't matter if you have all this other stuff, it's not going to resonate with them, right? It goes back to the football analogy. Or football and basketball and hockey. Like, I'm not going to go and talk to a football team about basketball. I'm not going to go to a hockey team and talk to them about basketball. They don't care about that. They're on this team to talk about hockey and football, right? So have the right messaging. Do videos. Those have worked extremely well for me. I've seen accounts that I've been reaching out to for months. I did a video. They responded back. Specific messaging. I found an article on ABM. I found a tweet. I'm talking about account-based marketing. Accounts I've been reaching out to a while or I haven't reached out to, I sent them that tweet. I talked about the context of that tweet, why it's important, why Terminus is relevant. Boom, they were willing to see a demo, right? Let's talk about LinkedIn, right? Twitter, DM, LinkedIn, InMail, connections, connected with multiple marketing professionals, had conversations that led to a demo because I gave value up front. So always think about, how can I give this person value? How can I solve their problems? 2 things you need to be thinking about in your mindset every time that you reach out to accounts. How can I help this person be better than they were today in their role? And how does my solution cultivate with that? So I hope that you guys learned a lot today about finding the key stakeholders and targeting the right key stakeholders with the right message. I hope that the value I've given today, there's some key takeaways and that you guys can get some tactical information on how to really go out there and create results on what you need to do to be successful as a sales development representative and as sales development leadership. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon.